Speaking of deliveries, let's talk about the best thing since 2 day shipping, which now with that store, it's 2 days or sometimes even a blink of an eye. You're like, what? Is there a thing already? But I'm telling you, and a little bit that's tricked us. The whole 2 day shipping, because not everything comes 2 days, right? Especially if you're not that store, right? That does the 2 day shipping. We all know what it is. But if you're not that store, right, some things don't come in 2 days, and you sit there and wondering, well, what is this? Because have I just been buying too much stuff from the one place that sends it to me too quickly? That could be totally true. Because when you buy something else, you're like, hold on, it's not here already. What are you talking about? We don't have an idea. Tracking information not available because this hasn't shipped yet. It should be at my front door. Isn't there a drone coming? No. Okay, but the thing that's better, or not better than 2 day shipping, but something that's been very awesome is no contact delivery. I know no one's talking about this, but I'm here to tell you there's some benefits to this. There's some cons too, and you know me, I'll talk about both. But the benefit is, let's be honest here. The weirdest interaction that you can have is when you're getting a delivery, right? Because there's somebody you don't know with something you want at your door. You don't want them to see the inside of your, right? Like, you just want the thing. But there's got to be some weird interaction, especially remember food delivery. Now it's changed, right? Like, you used to first have to call the place and order, which, come on, guys. What if look at me. I'm a degenerate. If I want to order like 7 pizzas, right, I don't want to order that to somebody else's so somebody else can hear that. I'd rather somebody else just read it off a screen and be like, all right, I gotta make 7 pizzas. But I don't want to call and be like, yeah, I would like 7 pizzas. I'm having a party. No. Okay. So, you gotta like focus on that. And then there's also, but then you can order online, right? And that was became the new thing. But you still had to sign the receipt. Wasn't remember that was still a weird thing with the no contact delivery. Even that's gone out the door. Everything is online. You got to think that a little bit because that became the weird part. You'd buy everything online, pay, and then someone would still show up at your door like, "Hey, you need to sign for this." Sign for it. I already paid for it. Just hand me the food and now it's done. It's a shorter interaction, which I thought would always be better for the delivery person too, because they signed up to just deliver the item. They don't want to talk to anybody, right? If they wanted to talk to somebody, they'd work at, a store that's face to face. With a delivery, you just want to drop and go. Shorten that interaction. However, I will say some of them try to lengthen that interaction by not bringing a pen that works. It seems like they show up and they're like, hey, we need you to sign this. And you're like, okay, do you have a pen? No. So now you got to like leave your doorway to go find a pen because you weren't prepared for this. And you go and get a pen and now none of your pens work. And so you're like, oh, hold on. And now they're just standing there. Your food's getting cold. They're just looking into your place. You're like, this has got to stop. Bring a pen that works. No, you can't blame the person in the pen. They're driving all over the place. You gotta meet them halfway. No. So there's no contact delivery. So now they can just drop it out the door and go, right? Which, of course, again, probably as many as you know. Now we get to the con stage of the whole caboodle, which is when they leave it at your door, anything can happen, right? And you're always worried that someone else is going to grab it. No, but what you are worried about is that not everything is going to be in the order, because now with all these third party delivery systems, you're not getting the guy from the store. You're getting somebody else delivering it, and they're not responsible. You're like, hey, I'm missing this is an empty bag. Well, you just brought me a bag. What is this? They're like, well, I'm not responsible. I just brought it from this. This is what they ordered. No, I'm sure but I'm sure like missing items. Like when we first moved here, we ordered food, and I wasn't even that hungry. But who's gonna pass up wings? Am I right? But my girlfriend, she was hungry, and you don't poke the bear with the hunger. When they're hungry, You gotta, that's the most important thing. And so she ordered a salad. And maybe that was the issue. No, I'm just kidding. But we got the food, and guess what wasn't in the bag? A salad. And she goes, well, what? Why? And I don't. She was like asking me, like, well, hey, why isn't there the salad? I don't know. I ordered the salad. Now it's all like you gotta show the receipt. Like, hey, look, I ordered a salad. So we call the restaurant, and the lady gets on the phone. Apparently, it was a one busy night because she gave her answer, and from her perspective, like I totally get it, but from ours, I was like, all right, because we call like, hey, we ordered and didn't get a salad. She goes, yeah, we ran out of lettuce, so we didn't make the salad. What? What do you mean you didn't make the salad? We ran out of lettuce, so we couldn't make you a salad. So we didn't give you a salad. We're not going to charge you for it, but we didn't give it to you because we ran out of lettuce. And we're like, but she's hungry. Like I'm like, you don't understand. Like you gotta meet me halfway here. Like she doesn't want the wings. She wants the salad. Well, we're out of lettuce, so we can't make you a salad. I get that, but you didn't want to offer something else. Like you could have substitute something else in there. I guess that's beyond your responsibilities. I was like, oh my goodness. So, and there's no one to contact because the no contact delivery. You see where I'm going with this? And then here's where it's the reverse, where now I didn't order anything and I got something delivered to my house and I had no idea what to do with it. We get a New Year's Eve. We're sitting around, just hanging out, and I hear the doorbell ring, and I'm like, "Who? Why is New Year's Eve? What are we doing here?" I didn't even know like things came on New Year's Eve. So I open up the door, and of course nobody's out there, no contact delivery, and there is my whole outside. Well, not the whole outside, but my front porch or whatever the front area of the door is littered is the wrong word, but it's covered in bags of food. And I'm like, this isn't mine. I didn't order this. And so I quickly was like, oh, well, maybe this isn't the right, door. And I shut the door and I look over at my girlfriend and I'm like, there's a bunch of food outside. And we just went to the grocery store. So what happened? Like, what is this? Well, I didn't order anything, of course. So what do we do? I've never had this situation. Like, I've never been something delivered that wasn't mine, right? So at first I was like, well, let's leave. It was snowing outside. So, and we were all covered. So, and it's all in bags and all wrapped up. So I figured, well, let's give it a little bit, make sure, somebody else like, around us didn't order something and they can come figure it out, or the delivery guy's going to come back in a minute. And so we waited, and then I'm like, well, we can't just let the food sit out there, right? I don't want the food to go bad. So I think, okay, I'll go and get, I'll go see if there's a receipt. Maybe I can call, see if there's hey, there's a bunch of food that's not mine. You want to take it back? I don't know. And then me and my girlfriend started arguing about it because we're like, well, what do we do with this food? And she's like, well, you should go knock on the neighbor's door and see if it's their food. And I'm like, well, they would know if it's their food, like technology, delivery, or if they didn't get it, they would have called by now. Something would have happened. I don't want to, it's New Year's Eve. I don't want to, mess with other people. And then, but I also don't want the food to go bad. And I can't find a receipt, so I can't find who's it supposed to go to, who's it from, like nothing. There's like a name on the bag, but other than that, there's no where it's going, where it came from. Not where it came from, but where it's going. And so I figured, you know what? Let's be on the safe side. Let's pull it all inside, and we'll like secure the food and keep it safe. And then if anybody knocks, and if it's anybody's, we'll, of course, give it to them, right? And so we brought in all the food, and of course that gave me a second chance to look for a receipt because I don't want the food to go bad, and I don't want to use the food because it's not mine, right? I'm sure whoever ordered it is either going to get like a refund or they got it canceled or whatever the case. And so the only people that are going to be out is the big corporation. And I'm sure with deliveries and everything that's going on, and just deliveries, like the amount of things that are being delivered now. I'm sure things like this happen all the time. So we put all the food away, which was a nightmare because we had just gone to the store. So our food was full. Our food was full. Our storage was full. So we're trying to Jenga in all this food, going, what are we going to do with all this? I'm trying to figure out like who orders this like food, like what type of people. Not like in a bad way, but it was like there was like 60 eggs, a bunch of lettuce, and a pie. I don't know why, but there was more than that, and a bunch of water. But I mean, for the most part, it was like eggs, lettuce, and pie. Now someone's gonna be like, "Hey, that was mine, and that's what I ordered." But I mean, I don't understand. There's like 60 eggs. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. So, anyways, we have all this food. And so I start like, a day goes by, everything's secured, no one's contacted us, of course, because of course, like the people who ordered it's not gonna go knocking around like, hey, did you get a food to order? They're just gonna cancel it and get refunded because rightfully so, they didn't get their delivery. And then like with the people, there was no receipts, there was no way for like to track where this came from or what order it's from. So I started looking online, and apparently online, and who knows if this is true or not, but I looked at it from a couple of different ways, and maybe somebody can verify. But it basically said if you get a delivery that's not yours, it's a gift. And I'm like, that can't be true. But I mean, what else am I supposed to do with food? It's not like I can send it back. Like they can't take it back and resell it. And the people who ordered it, I don't know who they are or where they are. I'm sure they got refunded or got their order, right? So I can't let it go all to waste. So we're gonna probably utilize some of it, maybe donate some of it, and make sure it all gets utilized correctly. And bonus for us, bring in the new year with a little extra food. Not a bad way to start off like winter with the snow and everything that's coming. This is all brand new. Came in perfect time. There was literally like a snowstorm like immediately after all this food came. So it was like cool. Now we're like prepared and safe and all that good stuff. So maybe someone was just like, hey, those guys look like they're not prepared for this. But anyway, so I mean, there you go. Delivery's gone bad, or just bad delivery, or good delivery. Because, if you saw, I got that Funko Pop earlier, so there's that. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the story time. We'll catch you guys all in the next one for some more wacky new information, whatever that is. And thank you guys so much for hanging out. And we'll see you guys all in the next one. Later.